Okay, you can see right there. There come the fishermen. I figured they'd be out here pretty soon. Wow, what a beautiful night. The barred owls, probably raccoons. Might have heard a bobcat or two. Fish jumping all night. Gonna have to check my hand, see how my finger's doing. It feels pretty good, actually. I thought maybe it'd be pretty sore this morning, but it feels pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna get a few things wrapped up. Maybe eat a little breakfast. Throw a line in. Glad you came along. Hope you enjoyed that evening. Sleeping on the water. I thought the dreams would be crazy. They were. Heard the drum beats. I mean, it was like crazy, man. Crazy. Right. That was a pretty cool night right there. Camping out. One thing I learned, you can't camp out when it gets cool like this without some kind of a big tarp over the top of you. Because even though I have the Benopy top, it seems like probably about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, it started dripping all over the place. So the rest of the evening I'd be sleeping and a drip would hit me like right in the face. And so I'd move my head, and sure enough, one would hit me over here. That was kind of a struggle right there. First one out on the water for sure. Haven't seen boat number 1 yet. The fog's lifting. It's about 50 degrees right now. Heard fish all night long come up, and every once in a while something would come up and just bang the boat. Just boom. Just hit it. I don't know if it's a big carp or catfish or what the deal was. And then the boat was anchored, so it just it's only anchored from the front. So the winds and the thermal lines kept changing, so the boat just all night long just kept going back and forth and back. And it was pretty cool because I could lay there and I could see like the stars and the planets, and they were constantly moving. It looked like they were moving in the sky, but it was the boat that was floating around back and forth. So that great adventure. Yes. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Gonna cast a line, see if there's any fish swimming around. Yeah, camping like this reminded me a lot of camping in Montana. Whenever I take the Montana out on the road and go different places, a lot of times I'll just sleep in it. It's very easy. I got a bed inside it. I fold it out, sleep in it. And there's about that much room, a little bit more head height in here than in the Montana, but about the same amount of room. So you kind of learn to just, finagle your way around and get it to work out. It worked out pretty good. I like to take a long river trip. I like to go down a scenic river and be able to pull up and park on the shore and camp for the night, load everything up, go on down the river. That'd be pretty nice. I'd like to do that. Oh boy. Life is good. Mark off another adventure. All the adventures that I've done in the outdoor world, I've never slept out on the water before. This is my first kind of boat that I could do that with. I catch a few fish today. We'll see what happens when you're gone fishing. Start to get everything packed back up. You know, the same as starting your trip out. When you wake up in the morning, if you're on a river trip and you're going, so many miles a day, even backpacking, I always find it's a good idea to wake up in plenty enough time to be able to put your stuff, to organize all your stuff, put it all back together, get it all nice and straight, and then take off. Because if you try to do it too fast, one thing, it kind of gets the day started out wrong because you're in a hurry, you're trying to get everything done. Everything's nice and organized for that evening. You're not searching for things. Just in case you go a little bit farther than you thought, it's already getting dark. You're not kind of looking for everything. Everything's organized again. Very important to stay organized on an adventure. You always hear the advice people will give out. A lot of times you'll hear, don't take the whole kitchen sink with you. Don't take all that stuff with you. Yeah, it's a good idea not to take too much, but here's a good example. Here's a sleeping pad that I used last night. It's a Thermarest Luxurious Series. Probably got some sleep last night without this, but with it, when these things are inflated, it is just so comfortable. You really do get a good night's sleep when you bring something like a Thermarest along. That and a couple pillows. Very important to bring good pillows, and in fact, if you can bring the pillow you sleep on at home. Yeah, when it comes to a good night's sleep, be sure and take a good pillow, take you some warm blankets or a sleeping bag, and take you a Thermarest pad, something that you're going to be comfortable with. If you don't get a good night's sleep, that's just going to be a deficit for the very next day when you get up and get going on your adventure. Yeah, I wanted to show you that condensation on the inside. Now I think about it, that may not be leaking through. That may just be condensation just building up from the inside. So last night it was sure causing me a problem. I'll have to keep that in mind. I had my blue tarp all set up and I was going to do it, and I decided, nah, I don't need it. I'll just sleep more like underneath the stars. But that might have been a bad decision to make. It's kind of funny. For some reason, the song in my head this morning is Born to be wild, born to be wild. I don't know why. This don't seem too wild to me. Maybe it's a wild area out here. Born to be wild, born to be wild. Back to where the catfish got me. See if these fish are biting. It seems to me like there are a lot of fish back here. So I'm going to creep on back here, shut the Chrysler off, put the Tuhatsu on, creep on back here, and go on on back here and see if I can't catch some fish. Oh, it's a nice morning. I'm gonna have to unwrap my finger today and make sure it's not getting infected or something. I don't think, it feels pretty good. I think it's okay. Always want to hook your safety lanyard up when you're operating a tiller handle motor like this. Right now it's like having the whole lake to yourself. There'll be a lot more people out here. It is Thursday. Probably tomorrow there'll be a lot more. Not complaining. That bracket I put on there, I custom built that bracket for the Tohatsu 9.8, and I noticed that a couple of the boats that I put through are at times below waterline. All depends how much weight, where I have the weight sitting. So I noticed last night, after camping last night, I turned my bilge pump on, and I noticed some water came out. Not much, maybe ran for 15-20 seconds, some water came out. I'm going to revisit that bracket and make sure that I silicone everything up and I don't have a little bit of leak going on right there. Oh, look out. First fish of the day. Yeah, little crappie. Hello, crappie. Come here, crop. Woo. All right. Got a little crappie this morning. Yeah. That means there's a lot of crappie around here. That's the second one I've caught in this area right here. Boy, compared to the air temperature out here, he is so warm feeling. All right, buddy. See you later. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Looks like I got in a little bit of crappie right here. Little crappie hole, I'm thinking. Hello, crop. Yeah. Well, I tell you, some people think crappie. Some people think crappie are probably some of the prettiest fish out there. They do have some pretty colors to them. All right, buddy, you can grow up and be a little bit bigger. See you later. All right, see what we got now. Come on, baby. Come on to daddy. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. What are you? Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Groundhog Day. It's Groundhog Day. It's Mr. Catfish again. Look at there. There must be a lot of these catfish in here. Hello, buddy. Now I want to know, how did your buddy get me last time? All right, I got to be careful here because I don't know how he got me last time. All right, easy, buddy, easy. All right. Yeah, see, I'm not exactly sure looking at him how he got me. How did he stab me? He must have stabbed me with this little deal right there, is what I'm thinking on him. Because he sure got me good. All right, that's about the same size. Those are some nice little catfish right there. Okay, I'm going to let him go. Let's see if we can't catch some more. Glad you didn't stab me this time, buddy. See you later. Yeah, I'm thinking those two front fins that come out like that, I guess when he jumped like that, one of those things must have just went right inside my finger. Reminds me, I gotta look at that pretty soon. Okay, let's see if we catch some more first, though. We'll see if I can't catch another one of those catfish. All right. Yeah. Crappie's getting a little bit bigger now. Not quite pan size, but getting a little bit bigger. All right. Pretty cool. Man, I can't believe how warm these fish are. That water temperature must have really shot up. There you go, bud. Yeah, now I feel that water, it is warm. Super warm. Okay, I think I'm done fishing in this spot for now. I'm going to go ahead and go over and do a little exploring on the lake. We're going to go to the far, I guess it'd be south side, and kind of look for this rock quarry. Maybe just take a boat ride and kind of drive around a little bit. Rock quarry used to have a long time ago. Alright, hold on here. Alright. Just went into some idle speed. I believe that's the rock quarry right in front of me here. I'm surprised it's only idle speed back here. That seems surprising. I wonder why. There's no boat docks or anything back here. I don't know, maybe it gets real shallow and maybe it gets really weird or something like that. So we'll find out. Hey, I'm learning a lot more about Patoka Lake, about my boat, about the Chrysler 85 horsepower. Man, I tell you what, that engine's impressive. I almost sold it I was going to put something else on there, but I don't know now. It's so fast, it's so powerful, and I like it. It gets me around. Almost back here to the rock quarry. I'm going to try to snake back here and see if we can't get in here. All right, another catfish. Another catfish caught. He sucked that gulp worm up, that gulp minnow up pretty good right there. The battery went dead on my camera, but what I was saying is, I see how that catfish got me. It's those front fins. Those front ones stick out there like needles at each end. Let me know in the comments. Hey, this Patoka Lake, is it famous for its catfish? Man, I can't believe how many I've caught. Well, this is the famous rock quarry. Probably been 3 decades since I've been here. I would imagine this is one heck of a drop off right here, straight down. It says right here it's about 15 feet of water. That's right against this edge, so this is probably a lot deeper than that right now in the center. All right, that rock quarry was pretty cool. Went back there in my kayak. It was either kayak or canoe. I went back there and swam, and it was pretty nice. Nice to visit again. It's a long ways back here, and in fact, if you're in a motorboat, once you pass these buoys that are way up here, a good distance, it's a no-wake zone. So it takes a while just to troll back there to get there. And then when you get into the entrance, I saw as low as 2 feet of water. It looks like it goes from 2 feet to maybe 4 feet, 4.5 feet. So if you got a bigger boat, I wouldn't even think about it. Maybe a flat bottom. This is a deep V. I did okay, but I went really slow, and I watched my meters, and I used my trolling motor the whole time back there. Mind if you decide to go visit the rock quarry and you're in a motorboat. If you're in a canoe or kayak, go on back, no problem. You won't have any problem at all. Probably circle back around the big part of the lake and get back over to the fisherman's campground area. Probably going to load up sometime this afternoon and head back to the cabin. By the way, I appreciate you coming by. It's LAF Space Film Fest. Capital LAF Space Film Fest. Ouch. Watch those catfish. Those guys are like ninja catfish. Yeah. Man, he got me so fast, I didn't even... Now I know what to watch for. He ain't gonna get me again. Hopefully he's not gonna get me again. Hey, if you would, hammer down that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Helps me to do videos like this, adventures like this. Have you ever camped on the water before? It was pretty cool. I gotta admit that. I had some crazy, crazy dreams. Anchored on the top, and the boat kept swaying one way and it'd go all the way the other, so the planets and the moon would go one way, and then I'd see it go across the screen the other way. I'd see it go across the mosquito screen back and forth. It was like constant motion the whole time. Had the dew drip down, get pretty heavy, and it was dripping on me, dripping on my face. I could hear it dripping on other things. So probably in a cool night like that, the lesson there is to definitely tarp up. But I do appreciate you coming by. I don't know what adventure I'll have lined up next, but it's coming. No doubt it's coming. I'd like to do this exact thing on a river, like the current river, but not way up where people canoe and kayak, but on farther south, maybe where it runs into the, I don't know, does it run into the Black River? It runs into something there. But, you know, I'd like to do a river trip like that for 2 or 3 days. I'd like to do Mammoth Cave, Green River, but I don't know if the V-bottom can do that or not. It may not be, there may be a couple problems there looking into, but that's what the research is all about. That's what YouTube platform is all about. Hey, had an older gentleman when I started his trip, when I put it in the water. He's having trouble with his boat. He had an older boat, had an older outboard on it, and it would start up, but every time he put it in gear, it would die. And he was pretty frustrated about it, I could tell. And I went cruising by him, and I never fire up the big Chrysler right at the boat dock. I always get out on the lake first, and then that way there, I fire it up, because the Tohatsu just takes me out, you know, in the no-wake zone, no problem. And I went by him, and he just shook his head. He said, man, he said, this thing ran perfect yesterday, all day long, and now it's doing this. Yeah, I hear you. I said, yeah, that's why I bought this little 9.8 Tohatsu. He goes, yeah, that's really nice. I'd like to have something like that. He said, that's Chrysler on the back there? I said, yeah, 85 horse. He goes, I thought so. He goes, man, those are strong engines. I said, yeah, they are strong. I was in a no-wake zone, so I couldn't do this. Hey, I forgot to tie my camera down, my tripod down. That's the way it goes. All right, hey, at least it fell on the seat right here and not into the water. That would be a bummer. Nikon A900 gone to the bottom. All right, I better tie this down. Oh, I fired my boat up in his bass boat over here, man. He fired his up. He thought he was going to race me. All right, let me get this tied up. That should hold up a little bit better, I would think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So anyways, hey, you know, sometimes once in a while, you know, on a trip like this, I'll kind of find myself going, oh man, I got to do this, I got to do that. But you know what? I instantly, though, tell myself, hey, if you're not having fun, Mr. Lawrence, why are you doing it to begin with? And that is the key right there. If something frustrates you every time you go out, whether it's hiking, canoeing, boating, you name it, shopping, and it frustrates you, then don't go. It's just adding aggravation to your life. So I tell myself that, I get back straight again, and I'm ready to go. All right, let's fire this baby up. Let's. Uh-oh. 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 Ooh. It doesn't like the idle. Wow. Huh. I think it loads up sometimes, if that makes sense. Okay, so I took it out of gear, fired it up, fired right up. Yes, I think sometimes if I sit here like just then, I let it idle for a while, I think the carburetor might load up or something. I'm not sure what you call it, but okay. There we go. Sometimes I just have to do that really fast. Put it in gear and then go, rather than to just lag on it. Probably need some carburetor adjustment. And Paul, the previous owner, was telling me he was getting ready to redo the spark plugs, change the spark plugs, and he never did. So now I've had it out 3 times. I probably should do that. I would think that'd probably be a real good idea. Yeah, you see that? That's why when it starts getting warmer and, you know, it gets close to the weekend like this, it's Thursday around noon, I guess, maybe getting Thursday afternoon. You know, it's time for me to get off. I'll come back in the middle of the week again, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. But you get a lot of people, like that boat just went through there and threw big wake all of those fishermen that's trying to fish right there. They don't have a clue, you know, it's just the way it is. All right, fishing's not over with. Got me another one. Whoa, doggy. Come on, Bubba. Oh, I think he... Oh, man. Dang. Dang, that was a nice one. He hit hard. I don't know, he either broke my line or I didn't have it tied good enough. Daggone it. Alright, well, that's two on this trip. That's two giant ones that I've missed on this trip. So I guess I'm going to have to get me some stronger line, maybe even a stronger reel, because, you know, if I'm going to catch these big fish, I might as well catch them, you know, instead of feeding them worms and then they go around with a piercing in their lip now forever. So yeah, dang, I thought I had that one. You know, that's kind of the one problem with fishing. I guess, I don't know if it'd be a problem, but it's just an issue with fishing, is that it seems like you can go out no matter how many fish you catch, you always want to catch that last one. And, you know, and all of a sudden you think you got to, oh man, this is a great fish, and you lose it. It's like, oh man, it kind of bums you out. And it's like, I don't know. Always want more, always want bigger fish, you know, one of those deals. Hey, I was going to show you, this is what I'm rigging up. Maybe leave it in the comments if you know a different way I can do this. But these little beetle spins right here, been around forever, ancient. So I buy this package right here, and I usually pay about $1.99 at Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods, Academy Sports. I don't ever use the little lures that are in it. The only reason I buy this little package is because I want the spinner, I want the jig head. What I'm searching for, like these little rubber things here, or these little plastic worm things here, I don't ever use those. Maybe you guys use them, maybe you like them, but I've never used them before. Building up in my tackle box, you know, I've got so many of them, and I need to really just get rid of them. There's what I'm looking for right there, is the jig head. Now, I did notice there's a couple companies that carry the jig heads alone, and you can get a package of them, probably 20 of them for, they weren't cheap, they were like $9, something like that. So they weren't cheap. Where can you buy these little spinners? See, I can't find anybody that's got these little spinners by themselves. So that's what I'm looking for. So if I could find a package of spinners like this, and maybe even a little larger blade than that one right there, then I could buy a package of jug heads, and then I'd be all set, ready to go. Anyways, leave it in the comments. I'm going to hook this back up. I tell you what, see, I'm not going to use these little white things right here because, man, these guys right here, I mean, like I said, I'm not anything like a professional fisherman or anything like that, and I've had good luck. This is the third time I've been out now. And I've just had excellent luck. You know, I mean, I got to improve on my fishing gear because I can tell I'm losing, like that fish I just lost right there. You could see he was bending my pole all the way over, and that's a pretty nice rod I've got there. You know, I've got to improve some stuff, make that I'm not missing these fish, because if I am going to kind of become partially a fishing channel, you know, I need to catch the big fish. People want to see the big fish, right? So that's what I got to do. These little crappies and bluegills I'm catching, you know, that's okay, but people are going to say, that guy, that's all he catches, them little fish. Well, no, I catch some big fish is getting them in the boat. That's the thing. Now I'm going to post you a picture of Patoka Lake if you've never been before. And Patoka Lake is a rather large reservoir. or this last trip, yesterday and today, you know, I went a lot of miles. I went all the way to Tillery Hill, and then from Tillery Hill, I went all the way to the rock quarry, and from the rock quarry, then I made it all the way back. Got that baby all rigged up. There you go, ready to go. I'm gonna put my gulp worm on there and try to get that guy again. Maybe I'll catch him with 2 hooks in his mouth. I think it's gonna be the last fish right here. This is gonna be it. Come on, Mr. Fish. Come on in the boat. Come on, this is gonna be my last fish for the day. Ah, yep, good. Guess what? Yes, sir. It is a catfish, and he's fighting like crazy. Woo! Got him in the boat. Yes. Another catfish. Man, you know, I'm starting to think Patoka Lake is the catfish capital of the world. That's amazing how many catfish are in here. Okay, battery died on my camera, but this is the last little catfish I think I'm going to catch today, and I think I'm going to go ahead and roll him up. Say goodbye, buddy. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Gotcha, gotcha, got your finger, got your finger. Yeah, you did get my finger, you're right. All right, I'm going to let you go. I'll see you later, buddy. Have a good day. All right. I appreciate you coming. I think I'm going to go ahead and load everything up and see if I can't get the Sylvan back on the trailer and head on back to the cabin. What a good trip. What a good day. Oh, man. Had so much fun. Got everything loaded up. Ready to point the Jeep Liberty, the 2005 Jeep Liberty west, and head home. Hey, I appreciate you coming along. That was a pretty good adventure. Nothing like a big adventure. My advice to you is to go ahead and do the effort, take the time. You're going to put in a little bit of work, a little bit of effort, a little bit of time, but boy, the memories you make are just fantastic. Get out there this summer, 2023, get out there and do something. Whether you camp, bike ride, hike, doesn't matter. Just go do something. Life's going by fast. Make sure you're enjoying it as much as you possibly can. Okay, completed the final walk around. I am ready to go. And I pulled the Sylvan up to go ahead and load it up on the trailer. Pulled up to the boat dock. There's an elderly couple there, and apparently they used to have a boat and they can't have a boat anymore. And she was sitting there, and I think like it might have been some health problems, and it was just so sad. Ooh, got a tick on me. Get out of here. Yeah, you got to watch it. If you come to any place like Hoosier National Forest, Patoka Lake, any place in southern Indiana, probably in the Midwest, watch the ticks, because the ticks are really, really bad this year. They lost their boat. They don't have a boat anymore. They talked about maybe a son-in-law or a sister-in-law, daughter-in-law. They've got a bass boat. They've taken them out once last year, and they just seem pretty sad. You know, there's not a lot you can do. You know, I helped take care of my parents too, and you know, they get so disappointed when they can't do the things that they used to do, and it's just such a frustration. The only advice that I could give for my channel is, you know, if you got some older folks, you know, try to help them as much as you can. But the thing is, before you become the older folks yourself, get out there and do something. Get out there and have the adventures, have the memories, take the pictures, take the videos, and someday you'll be able to sit back. You won't be able to go out anymore, but you'll at least be able to look back and think, wow, I did it. I did all right. I was an adventurer. Once again, I appreciate you coming by. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Always enjoy your company, and I'll be talking to you on the next video. Life is good when you're gone fishing.